Hello and welcome. I'm Chanel Childs, and we meet here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Hello and welcome, Brady. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm Chanel Childs. We meet here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time to help you to change your paradigm and help you believe in yourself and in your business. Now, today what we're talking about is applying knowledge. Hello, I'm grateful you're here. Applying knowledge in your home-based business. Now, one thing that I've heard one of my mentors, Tracy Walker, say is they say that knowledge is power, but it's really applied knowledge that's power, right? You see, you may know a lot of people who have a lot of education, but absolutely. You may know people who have a lot of education. Maybe they have a PhD, maybe they have a master's degree, or maybe they have multiple bachelor's degrees, but for some reason, they're not as successful as you would think that they are, right? They have all of these degrees and they have all of this knowledge. And then you can look on the other end and you can see someone who never went to college who's earning millions of dollars, or someone who never went to college who's doing really, really well in their business. Well, why is that? Why can you have someone who didn't go to college who's earning millions of dollars and someone who did go to college with multiple degrees that isn't doing very well? And they're actually pretty broke. Well, one of the things that one of my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, I haven't ever met him, but he says in his audio, Business of the 21st Century, he calls, he said that his poor dad told him to go to school and get a PhD. Robert Kiyosaki actually calls PhD, poor, helpless, and desperate. Something along those lines. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is because in college, I went to college, I have 2 degrees, and in college, they teach us to study for years and then take action, right? But see, as entrepreneurs and as home-based business owners, you and I know that that doesn't work. It doesn't work for us to study for all of this time and not take any action, right? It doesn't work for us to take action down the line. One of my mentors once said, he learned this from someone else. I don't even know who he learned it from, but he said something along the lines of, you learn to fly the plane while you're flying it, right? So you don't want to wait until you know how to fly the plane before you start to fly the plane. But you start to fly the plane and you learn how to fly it while you're flying it. So the key is to begin to recognize the power in the fact that if you and I are going to move forward in the way of our dreams, we have to begin to apply that which we're learning, right? So if you're learning on a daily basis, if you're watching something like this Periscope, you can actually take something that you've learned from it and you can go and do something with it by teaching it to someone else, right? Now, one of the things that Stephen R. Covey, who's actually the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the things that Stephen R. Covey actually says is that, you want to make sure that you are actually taking that which you learn and teaching it within 48 hours of learning it. Because when you do, you get a better understanding of that which you're learning. Hello and welcome, Burning for Jesus. I'm Chanel Childs. We meet here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Now today what we're talking about, good afternoon, I'm grateful you're here. We're talking about the power of really recognizing that, number one, they say that knowledge is power, but it's really not knowledge that's power, but it's applied knowledge that's power, right? Because we can have all of the knowledge in the world, but if we don't do anything with our knowledge, what happens? Nothing happens, right? We stay in the same spot. So if we want to begin to move forward in our home-based business, we have to begin to look at things a little differently, right? As a college graduate myself, I went to school and they really taught me to, study, and then take action when you graduate. But you and I probably both know that that doesn't usually work, right? Because by the time I graduated college, they told me that I didn't have enough experience. And I thought, well, why did I go to college, right? I spent all of these, these thousands of dollars on college for them to tell me that I don't have enough experience. If I would have known that, I would have just went and got the experience and not spent thousands of dollars. You save the videos that you broadcast via Periscope? At times I do. I save them on my phone. And not all the time, but sometimes I do because it blocks up my storage in my phone. But sometimes I put it as my blog post. You can go to chanelchilds.net for more golden nuggets. I have a lot of videos on there as well. They're not necessarily Periscopes, but a lot of them are short 30-second videos or maybe like 1-minute videos. And so one of the things is to recognize the power of the fact that at times when you and I have been taught to go to school for all these years, or we've been taught to train and not take any action. But one of the key things is to begin to recognize that, especially in our home-based business, you and I have to train and learn at the same time, right? Or sorry, we have to, I think you should consider saving them on your YouTube to help you build a great, oh yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And so the key is to begin. I can put them up on YouTube and then I can put it up to my blog post. It just depends on how it goes, and then I end up posting it. But you're right about that. I'll look into doing that because I have done it in the past. I just don't do it all the time. I usually will shoot a quick video of the day and then I'll post that to YouTube and then I'll put that on my blog. But you're right. You know, the more content out there, the better, right? And so one of the things that one of my mentors said is you learn how to fly the plane. Thanks. He says you learn how to fly the plane while you're flying it, right? So you're not necessarily waiting until you know how to fly the plane. This is just a metaphor or something that an example that he gave. You don't learn how to fly the plane while you're flying it. You don't learn how to fly the plane once you know how to fly it. You learn how to fly the plane while you're flying it, right? So you want to be taking action while you're learning. Because when you do that, you get a better understanding of the information that you're actually learning. And so the key is to begin to not wait until you have all of the knowledge, because most of us procrastinate, myself included. I would rather wait until I know all the training and I know everything before I take any action. But the real key is to, watch some sort of training that teaches you in your home-based business. And as soon as you learn something, stop that video or stop that audio or whatever it is you're learning from, stop reading that book and go and teach it. Shoot a video about it. Create a blog post about it. You see, I learned this about 6 months ago from one of my mentors, Tracy Walker, at our live event in Nashville, Tennessee. She told me, stop trying to wait until you know everything before you take any action. She said, if you're watching a training video, as soon as you learn something, stop that video and go and teach what you just learned. Once you teach what you just learned, thank you for inviting your friends. I appreciate you. Once you teach what you just learned, turn that video back on and learn something else. And as soon as you learn something, stop that video and start to teach what you just learned, right? So I started to do what she told me to do. And this was 6 months ago in Orlando. Now, hello and welcome to you. I'm Chanel Childs. We meet here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so, like I was saying, I was listening to Tracy Walker, who said, as you learn, you teach, because you get a better understanding of that which you're learning. So she said, if you're watching a video, you learn something, stop that video and go and teach what you just learned. So that's what I started to do. And so fast forward 6 months later, I just got back from Nashville, Tennessee from another live event with Tracy Walker and a lot of my other mentors. And so I get there to this live event and a lot of my friends and people that I don't even know are like, oh, I love your videos. I love your videos. This is great. They're like, we can't believe you shoot a video every day. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? This is what Tracy Walker taught me how to do just 6 months ago. She taught me how to do this. She taught me to learn something, stop the video or stop the training and then go and teach something. So I just started to do that. And now I'm starting to look at the result of what's happening, which is compounding over time, because now I'm in the habit of actually taking action while I'm learning, and I'm not just waiting to learn everything, right? Because one of the things that Jim Rohn actually talked about was the fact that as you and I begin to take action on a daily basis, even if we're not that good, say you start to shoot a Periscope once a day, or you start to shoot a video once a day, you're going to start to get better, right? Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you. One of my mentors, Brian Kane, said, it is impossible to do something over and over again and not get good at it. Right? So even if you're learning this training material and then you go and teach it and you're shooting a video or you're writing a blog post, say you're a horrible blogger, say you're awful on video, the key is to begin to recognize that you're getting better over time, right? But the thing that most people do is most people stop. Most people say, you know what, this isn't getting me any results, I'm just going to stop right here. But the key is to keep going and to press through, even when you don't seem to have any results, right? Even when you don't see anything happening. Because what's really happening is you're getting better over time. You're becoming a better communicator. You're becoming a better writer. You're becoming a better teacher. Absolutely. Persistence. You're getting better over time, right? So it's impossible for you to do something over and over again and not actually get good at it. So I want to encourage you today to learn how to fly the plane while you're flying it. Don't wait until you have all the facts. Don't wait until you have all of the knowledge. But as soon as you learn something, like from this Periscope, take it and teach it to someone else. Teach it in your own way. Because someone else can learn from what you're teaching. As you begin to share the golden nuggets that you're learning, you can start to change someone else's life. And while you're doing that, I don't want to say perfect, but you start to excel on your level of your skill set, right? You're getting better on camera. You're getting better at writing. You're getting better at speaking in front of an audience. So I want to encourage you today to go out there and learn and go out there and begin to teach what you're learning. Because when you do, you're going to get a better understanding of that material. Now, I hope that this moves you forward in the way of your dreams. I'm Chanel Childs. We meet here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I look forward to seeing you back here at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to take your advice and I'll put this up on YouTube today. And then I'll post it to my blog. because I think this is content and it's powerful, right? So as you begin to take what you're learning and you begin to teach what you're learning, you begin to apply the knowledge. Which one did I do? I enjoyed the videos you did about the benefits of doing, oh, the recordings. How long, was that a while ago when I did that one? I don't even remember that one. And so you get in the habit of just shooting videos that becomes, oh, the 3 keys. Okay, the one that I did just a couple of days ago. Okay, awesome. I'm grateful that you liked it. Yeah, I remember doing that one. Okay, powerful. And that was something that I believe I learned from my mentor, Mike Hobbs, if I'm correct. You know, Mike Hobbs actually taught that at our live event in Nashville, right? And you become, yes, absolutely. When you start to get in the habit of teaching that which you learn right away, you start to have so much content. I mean, I have so many videos stored on my phone that I have to start deleting things. If I don't upload them fast, I can't upload the videos fast enough, you know, before my storage fills up, right? And that's a good thing, right? My mentor, Lawrence Tammy's like, that's a good thing. That's a good thing when you have too much content out there, right? Because you know that over time, that stuff is going to compound. Exactly. They do, right? They do begin to trust you. They begin to know you, like you, and trust you. And they're going to want to join from you. And they're more than likely going to recommend you to someone else who might need your help. It does give them a sense of security. You're right. It does something different. You know, and all of my mentors have said the same thing. They're like, you got to start shooting videos. You know, at this live event in Nashville, 6- and 7-figure earners were like, you got to start shooting videos. You got to start doing it. As much as we don't want to do it, you got to start doing it. And the more that you do it, the more natural you're going to become. Now, I'm getting more natural at Periscope than I was before. I started doing this every day, Monday through Friday, in January. And it's starting to be a lot more natural to me because I got really comfortable doing videos. But now it's, okay, you got to be in front of a live audience. So being in front of a live audience is a little different. Now I'm starting to get a little bit more relaxed, right? Sometimes I still get nervous, but for the most part, it's just becoming a part of my life. So it's what I begin to do, and I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's almost like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. So we'll meet back here, of course, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to put this stuff on YouTube every day. I'll start doing that, and I'll start uploading it to my blog, you know. And like I said, I have so much content out there because I'm doing this stuff every day that it's hard to keep up with it, right? And that's what you want. You want to have so much content that you don't even know what to do with it. Because over time, what's going to happen? It's going to help you help someone else. My wife and I watch the playbacks when we can. Oh, I appreciate you too. I really do. Truthfully appreciate you, taking the time out to really invest in yourself. Now take this information and teach it to someone else because someone else could use it, and you never know where you're going to be with this. You take it and you use it, you learn from it, and you do something with it by teaching someone else, right? You share the message. It's about sharing the message. It's waking up the world, right? People are starting to realize that there's a way out. They don't have to live in a, closed, confined life, but they can actually live a life of freedom. God bless you too. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to go to ChanelChilds.net for more golden nuggets. Have an awesome day. Thank you for watching and thank you for being here. Bye for now. If I can close this out. See you later.